Radio and TV Services Studios, West Yorkshire, Leicester and Seal Mountain. Welcome all on board our weekly civic education program today, Saturday, 27th of June, 2026, 17:08 UK time. Yo, assalamualaikum. Badi ngoluk ngal kontong mobe dawda ni be watu to. Kabron Skype or radio and TV services lamurani jiberal kalbe kontong kal bismillah na program o min kasudo jang loko ni nyantem benzita civic education program. Badi malo Mustafa jamme membe sirin program o kun nyantem. Bokite ukati fuwa muntu nekara nyulandi nuyu fiji Skype Power Radio and TV Services buntu program Civic Education Program today Sunday 27th of 6th which is June 2026 at 17:09 UK time. This is 16:09 Gunjur time. Sabijingkul Wultan Kamale, I think there's a campaign going on in the Secretarian group. Why do I say Gambian time? I replace it as Gunjur time. So they don't Eko Mandi Bake and Gunjur le promote. Everyone is saying Gunjur. Where is this Gunjur?
So far it's true.
Right, because what is Banjul time, so Gunjur time, maybe it's all the same, you know. Currently, as we speak, is 17:05. Talanani Tambita Militi Kononto Kudang time oto. Okay, Talanani Tambita Militi Tang Sabija time. Oroni ukumbo nyama mbemolbe konton nambe tintulambe bisimlala wakamala alpha ba mi alon ke katrambe loku mi ala ke na panel solti dol blo de da bake dol mfamaro wala bake bar bi ngande sotom fe mi alon na kacha ko bo kala minti bela fla pri interactive nak mol min baby jang albes al dabula kacha ko kono ye fellong abe kering Gambia sula femo mi alon ko is a concern in the Gambia. We'll make it interactive inshallah dunde en sebule ni molinyo kontong ngalon sol abe detering abe is in Essex at the minute sol nakam semua yang okay yo ande sebule ni molinyo kontong
ya mbe molbe kontona mbe lamoira ni jube larbe kontona mol men fanan kan follow kabulan no majang be kontona mbe sol fanan kontona amantara jang follow maybe asikaena Suleiman jeng felenting good. So Suleiman Jemfele Aduntanang, Suleiman be kontona, and then be Aziz Nyol Bamba Aning Sol. I hope ko ibinale at one point be jela jankatum famate la bake jang. So mafle ko ye fintinang. And yeah, Mustafa Barka Bake as usual, Mevan kontona bara Barka Bake ka call coordinator kita nyaw nyati ngatarajang. Banko be jija kane, even though some of us a few weeks ago mantara updating back, but Gambia buka mo fenke buka mo disappoint dal ni nata what's wrong scandal be caring drama be caring masakunda so a problem all be siari camera ko we are in a war zone alabar kabake and
Suleiman barabake ndey sol bon dinañ la bay nga nuyo why tay nak dinañ straight soup ak lu munti demé we going to straight soup whatever is there lola ñepp ko boka deka bi su demé bor ñepp ko boka so lu ci munti nek rek ñu gën la bay nga nuyo ngebulay mol kondo sol jeng
assalamualaikum mang leen nuyu di leen santa ajaratu mang la nuyu di la santa ne you are a lot stronger today than previously.
Yes.
Yalla may ñu wér ak wér lay fan bu gudd ak mu rafet. Mustafa mangla nuyu di la santa di la jox sa wàccuwaay jàmbaar nga every week in week out yang ci programme bi nga ensure ne am nga is out and is aired whether am nañ ci whole panelist or not loolu tamit lu baax la ñu gërëm la ci amna Bamba ki naka assist ak sol baji mom in fact ñu ma report leen police as missing in action so guy jema ci guy tey nag dama ñëw seeti suma système maa ngi fii Chelmsford so moto yi nag ma gis si moto bi so dama ay may login waaye bugga programme bi rek moo tax ma nit ma ne xaaral ma bokka maa ngi leen a nuyu di leen sant di leen gërëm xam naa dinañ def straight shooting waaye suma président bi daal kenn bu ko straight shoot jërë ngeen jëf
Amud, as we speak, I've just received a message from Aziz Bojang. He says, hey, hi folks, I am following you from the Gambia. Can you see the comment box? Can you see that? Can you see?
Yeah, I see. I'm following you from the Gambia. Yes, Aziz. Yeah, hi. Thanks, Aziz. Enjoy your stay.
Let us know what is happening in the Gambia, Aziz, while we are talking.
Don't worry, did I call CD Toure? Maneko nako buy hell, muko watch. Did I call CD Toure? Neko Aziz Bojang mu Gambia, buy hell muko hell.
No comment. Yenla. Manako yenla. Say, the topic title today is a general discussion about the current state of affairs in the Gambia. You know, hamne tulbe ngalo ne Gambia nyintembo mimbe kirinje. Malum fo nyone ne lombang malum fo politique jamano be kering mi alon ko molka fengol fo minni alon ko ibije pour que mol convince que vote sur convince ka tandila ko ndolle be jang andu ndolle nyanta tarla jang ndolle sa banko sambano ku jamal be kering kula minni be dending coalition kachal be kering ne bar coalition kachal malaw bitaka nyamen ne bari modul ba foga UDP should not lead amanya kela fenke leti ol kachal be kering it should be a party led, it should be kachal jamal be kering kula mimbe dering gambe banko kan and fana niya jibe prison la status benyamen Usainu Bojang fanam fundida ako prison la Kenya benyamen alhalo manyinya molka mol tilimbali aje nyama ni molka kol minike molla anum fanang trade minister fanam fundida la ko business or in the Gambia anene afole trade minister mingeta igafai ko mod KCC atandi MP la ko itol imantala fenkela igami foko price control. There would never be any price control in the Gambia because Gambia mo liberal market led. So kujamale be kiri ni alongo ni na wolfanala wolfana wolfole and then ni nata Ismaila season different ni madi dunda nyola about banko tamanya ni banko samanya madi jowati ni alay mabe maybe next week mas rola janne pro ni yekajawola fenke aton di agric minister fanang diamuda ko itole famosul jole ye seko manager mim jo wole man kudo futande famosul so porisole wo arrestle kunyale ko kono mini alonko ibekeri modol ba fokan ha nin coalition bakela UDP le nyanta nyatum gala president baro fanan diamuda e kulfo gala fanan wontete gala fanan fontete e kulfo kujamal le keri ni nato wujibel parnde follow malo nyunube kono what stand out for you for man munom problem oti man sakundalom fu nyone ne kilingo wala kananam bang what are your thoughts day
Mustafa ntinga mirata sa nata abe corruption abe wole abe tata wole to corruption andung mansakunda me alonko amala mol fo malo ka fanya de amang care ala mol ndenga woleje because ndenene man ya jemele time mo cool ka fole bari ndenene man mansakunda je gambela mansakunda me alonko like this mansakunda me alonko abuka som fenna ye fengo fen fay abuka songala ni ko nyine ma electricity man tara banko ko ngeti mantama baroko electricity be on moli electricity so mbuka understand nene ma man sakundaje gambe me alonko a disconnecta mol be jang itol be jana ni mol be bulubala ibe mara so generally dal ntingam da problem o beta ta nyame wole muko man sakunda is so corrupt it corruptale fo ibu kalon fansa e banko be tama kan ibe banko sambala nyame ntengaje wole nyada a problem o be mu wole ti dal corruption and of course niaje fanan kolbe siarin saimbe election yele kono election ya masakunda be ko bele kala nganyin launching project sol mel beje abe nyonene leti Mustafa ka fo nyame nyonene lem because election wato sitale ibe nyin kolbe launch la Minister of Agriculture membe diamla what a shame ko ite kododi ila do kula hanyite nya fo ya lon ko ma deliver and it all he overspent ale agriculture overspent how much was it 300 and something 16,000 million dollars he overspent awolela itata over ila budget 3 months or sanji kari sabale he overspent so imagine wokodo adunta muntole ama fo mole fama sol hani bibe kumbola ige molje safero la Facebook fertilizer acerta e masuto no fertilizer mantara kering cool be jama sulata mele masuto kodo nyin akata munto because wala nante meta falanko mbe gambe dingol be nyante nyaayele lembe election yele kono man sakunda benna kodo be tala ba pisse pasara pour que election o win andum be sir wala kono nga moyle ma confirm bari nga moyle nyin l'hôpital me ba launch kan World Bank la financing ne World Bank le kodo di bari in fact nga mem moy ko World Bank bari mari ko because I was little bit out of touch iko man World Bank ye kodo jo contractor sol le direct natara wo muto nyaleti we femme yitandi in grants management and project management iman lela o ya je ko iman capacity soto pour kake o ya dilale yake ma keno then they decide ka jo direct to the contractor wole yitandi and womu malu baleti man sakundato ko World Bank nyoli sitale foi man lela iman so na ka kudo dila nu sai man so na kudo dilela iko lafta nyine kala yeta ajo wala komi dingo iga fa ko ta ka kudo dila ka ko school fees jo wati yeta tisha ko school fees man jo na meta ika menke ika ta school le fongo yeta jo nyine be caring natara wole keta because ngamo molka for married for mbem fang update la leta bari ni woketa that is serious ika nyimel lunch bi ha so ntele nyine muntela fenkoti malam fo maybe Suleiman weda but this is what I think ko corruption olem Mansakunda man care and Mansakunda is so disrespectful nene Mansakunda je made disrespectful akatam before barola nyim Mansakunda and this is from baro to ministers nene Mansakunda je man care Gambia dingol foi fata foi baluta for the level of mol mem faka nyim banko kono is scary ye kari suti ye kari so murola ye ka ika woldoro ne moy so Mustafa banko man tarataka
akumada
yeah
because ne ajibe fanan malum ko ye sol I think sol connection
driving
yes so min kena anin fanan there's this aspect me alonko malum faya mo elabang keba madi ala main sponsor NDP I think ala party is keba madi ala party la main sponsor ya arrest police ya mundale keba madi bojang malum fo ye fanam moele bari ko ya mutenyi ne kama I think Ben Suare wrote something about this about ya mutenyi ne kama barmi ya muta who is behind the whole thing is the Inspector General of Police. So it's like akamuleko according to Open Gambia Inspector General of Police be jele puru not Inspector General in fact the Interior Minister is there puru president abije puru president ole nyaji fito puru ka president o kanta puru ka president o tanga puru ka president o kango jamfandi mainly akole jibe so puru ka kebamadi la main sponsor arrest ka detain ako amul ndale ko ila yemin kenum lay kontela ablay alaji kontela ila to sifale kala la pruka silence and sifal but nin kumbo nyawande currently as we speak dobije ni kol jibe akamulu neko modol ya wala gambian kaya wala tambida modol because I'm not sure mala minia tinna woka keno malo minanna foni mol tarata in position isembo kawara wala ika kukeno mia lonko akalanna tambi ika kukeno mia lonko fembi ka bono je wo is a bit strange and weird malo muneka wo sabu day
Mustafa yalon jama mulka foko sembo kamo fenkele, but I always go with the Obama la fenko, I mean, ala fenko kafoko, Michelle Obama kafoko, sembo buka mo tinya buka mo falling. Ake jikole yitandi. Ima menkeno nin sembo tebulu. Niye sembo soto ikawoleke. Musa Fanying IGP fango. Aha, Suleiman nata, maybe Suleiman lafta femfola. Suleiman.
So leng madega.
Yanyo dega.
Yeah, suma connection be because manglena dega. Connection be because ñang si yoon bi moo tax connection baa ngi lifin man li ma bëggoon a wax ci li ma jaaxaloon mooy kii Keba Madi Bojang xama party leader NDP la xama ban naka la party bi maa ngi gis ne ñu ngi ko arrest moom ak ci ko sponsor and ñu ngi deny seen lawyers yi am access to moom ñu ngi ko detain fale serious crime so mënuma understand ban façon crime la war a commit bi nga xam ne dañ ko detain incommunicado do am access to his lawyer jaay mooy xam nga ñaari nit la jaay laan bi moo tax gaay arrest ko so ñaata nit ñoo nekk di Gambia léegi ñoo xam ne ñu ngi jaay nit over 10 people te arrest ñooñu so lu tax kii is it because you know, is an aspiring presidential candidate. Mota, you arrest ko, detain ko, deny ko access to his lawyers or what? Munuma understand that.
Interior minister bi lañ accuse lolu mbaye nga lolu ye.
Why interior minister bi momu deka bi? He's not the owner of the country. He's not the owner of the law. So waruño nangu su demé no di wara happen. So lu tamu def lolu? That is wrong.
But that has been the order of the day, Suleiman. It has been the order of the day. When you go against Sodeme, against government, then la de small thing like you arrest la any excuse when you arrest pare deny la access to your lawyer. Do nangu nga gis a lawyer, but pare arrest la nit ñi wara fight pour make sure 72 hours guy respect ko. And this it has been the norm. See government be that low no naked many people you feel defend because of they are in the opposition. As long as them join the borough, then it's okay. And this IGP, I was just listening to Fatu Network, Ken Fatu interview and be Usman Bojang. This IGP, this Minister of Interior, he's horrible. He is so horrible. Musubajis domi Gambian bu sohoreni boneni taxi. Because so deglo Usainu Bojang limo wa ne ki dina ko jël dem isi handcuff bu es. Comme America niñ dé def sen death sentence guy. Biñ la dé chaine sa tankay. That's how much they did. And then mu tok ne ko na suka si ronam. I cannot understand. Munuma understand why domi Gambian di toroxal domi Gambian to that level because palace bi nga talk. Munuma ko understand. Munuma understand why police wanna protect niti. And IGP wanna protect because legi minister la by that time IGP la wanna protect citizen bi. Wanna make sure the citizen be send rights. Xam nga ñu ko protect. Wanna make sure the police mi def nañ seen liggéey. The same IGP moy abuse the human right of a person. Man lolu make me really sick to the stomach there. The same man more talk Minister of Interior. Ame suñ security, suñ safety ñun doomi Gambian yi. Te amul ben respect pour doomi Gambian yi. Care about doomi Gambian. Amul respect si loi sax. Because so amul respect si loi ak position bi mu tok. Goma mu def lum def. So ñun man bima deglo Usainu, damane we are back. So we are in already in Jammeh's rule. Because Usainu lim don netali yep dafa melni TRC la don deklu. Lim jaar yep dafa melni TRC. Tiye nit ki di ko torture. Tiye nit ki di ko aye ndox, aye ko lum naan kof ko di ko saga ndey. Man I don't get it, police. You guys saga ni kinday di len yekal lu nekk man. This is why every time my wife institutional reform, the reform of the police and the security sector, honestly, any government bu ñew es li war nañ ko def because dara change it. Honestly, lima deglu si Ousseynou is scary. It's really scary. It's really scary. So the IGP and the Minister of Interior, now the Minister of Interior, he's a horrible man. He's a horrible man, and he shouldn't be sitting in that position. Fofu waru fa talk. Disavuko. He doesn't have the moral to be there. He shouldn't be there because he has no respect and value for the rule of law. Binta ñu tek ko fa. So su de baro la fa nekkal, baro du mom rek a nekka ben doomi Gambian. Everybody should be protected. Everybody's right should be protected. Be innocent until proven guilty. So this is what is so sad. Bima deglu Ousseynou, I was shocked. I was shocked nedal. We are living in Yaya Jammeh era with the police.
Despite the outcome, Mama Jabi continued to retain the $1 million payment while facing the accountability for the false allegation and contributed to Ousseynou Bojang's wrongful arrest, detention, and prosecution. Who is this Mama Jabi? Mama Jabi, me, I'm not only that because the Lua be definitely put me pay $1 million for. It's retaining it. It's not doing it. There are nothing there. I don't know.
Degal Mustafa dogumala dem na Suleiman he nam buga ñu wadara. Why Mama Jabi for me, man duma ko dey discuss because important. Because so you say Mama Jabi exist, Baro motax Mama Jabi exist. So you say Mama Jabi is so rude, can lie, can take our citizens into prison and jail for lying and nothing happened. Parola. Man duma dey blame Mama Jabi sa. And I don't want to talk about her because lima de woman is unnecessary attention. Because what she's doing, Barola ne. Ligay Barola def. So, ñun citizens, so they feel ne. Then talk benga hamle somebody like Mama Jabi mu ngi determine who goes to jail and who doesn't. Then December, I'm nañ chance to make sure Baro goes. Because Mama Jabi cannot be running our country. Dr. Ismail Sise cannot be running our country. The IGP Ablai Sanyang cannot be running our country and bullying and abusing our people. That is it. And you as citizen, suñu ko ñorale ne buga nañu protect doomi Gambian, buga nañu make sure ne yefi Yaya Jammeh jeex na fi. December we should get rid of this man. That is it. For me, that is it. Mama Jabi is not important. It doesn't exist. A horrible woman like that existing in our system, di def lu ko ne baro yonam ne su paré dem si xewi baro yi la taxaw di saga nit ñi podium mi baro fala Mama Jabi de taxaw di saga nit ñi podium mi baro
why judge be more judge the rule ne dafa wara fay xaliss bi ne you know muy retain xaliss bi that's something else, you know.
Yeah, but how many people lañ wax ne government daf leen wara fay back and government paid?
So
am nga day wax na si biir wax mu ne reform bi am nga institutional reform be pare ñu ngi waat si era Jammeh bi. I think loolu ñun ñëpp waruñu surprise because even so c'était security sector reform bi theory la waaye the same heads ñi fa nekkoon ñoo fa nekka ba tey so dañoo jël kii rek égal ko fale jël kii xam nga randal ko ci place am mu jël waaye the same people ñoo xam ne xam nga they should not be in uniform. Those are the same people who are still in a uniform. So naka nga expect ne there will be changes. So dafa mel ni rek yow néeg bi xam nga mu ngi am sahara ak yooyu nga ñëw jëlaat peinture rek peinturaat ko waaye the same person ki dëkkoon ci néeg bi moo fa nekk so ban changes moo fa am because building ni kese bi doesn't make amul benn njëriñ nit ñi ne de head departments yi ñooñu nga war a change because so dégloo so waxee about security sector reform is not just about retraining people, buying them new uniforms, giving them hunger, cars and motorcycles. So in Fonga change, ñoo xam ne ñoo nekkoon heads yi You don't watch, crimes committed under them. Taking part, they've been enablers. You don't want to replace with people who are innocent and fresh, who are competent. You want to run those institutions. So for Ablai Sanyang, man, to be honest, Ablai have my better Bahaba because how many anyone depuis 1990 you nekon college we been together police visa mo you encourage when you join bingi hale uni time bobu mo nekon PRO police why pour yima de dega si mo yi si bari man dama ci yeb wax de gane yalla daf ma surprise why mota dañ ne nit ken du ko de xam jeexal ko parce que am na ñoo xam ne moom li yàlla xam rek doy na Ousseynou Bojang lim reveal su fekkoon ne Barrow was serious and li waxoon ne he is tough on corruption li ñu Ousseynou Bojang révélation am bi loolu rek war naa ta waroon naa seen ñu bari home waaye da ngaa gis ne ñoom dañ ne Mama Jabi let her not respond to allegations or comments made by Bojang and his family. So Luther guy ko stop to make comments. Accuse Nenko, IGP su fekkoon ne he was serious. Kii wax nañ mu fay xaalis. Alali nguur gi la jël. Luther duñ ko arrest. Why? Because mu ngi dem ba tey di attend meeting si Barrow yi ñu ko jox platform mu ngi wax. Obviously, IGP du ko ñeme ña arrest. Because su ko arrest, it will cost him his job.
Yeah.
So mota du ko ñeme arrest. Du ko ñeme wax dara. Why li nga wax la rek lii is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for It's an opportunity for every Gambian voter. And Shone, this is a chance for them to vote for the right person. If they want change, December is the right time that they can bring about the change. Because nguur gi su continue rek dafa gën a garaaw. maa ngi doon déglu kii Ismaila Cissé am na benn vidéo maa ngi ko gis on the social media mu ngi wax ne nguuri Barrow bi every minute to stay in power is taking the Gambia backward. Waxut ne just 5 years mu ne every minute nguur gi su toogee is taking the whole country backward, especially nguur gi war a toog for 5 years. And even though his tone, like his language has changed recently, but I want to agree with him on the aspect. Ne Nguri Barogi, every other minute Bim stay in power, that is, a retrogression for Gambia and for Gambian people. Set a recently crime living murder cases. We almost every week dinga dega diu rena diu. Pena bi fongna is an 18-year-old recently kindriman.
Yeah.
Yange whole kuku. Understand? So munuma understand luta lulu what happened in the Gambia. You know, amne security sector reform. Yanangi recruit over 1,000 police recruits. Yanangi recruited immigration. Yanangi recruit army biangfa. And with all those security services, neka sibi dekabi. Karami yange gena dem chikawre di gena yoko.
So, drug scene.
So dafa mel ni daal ñoom dañ dee génn rek pour satisfy président bi su dara xewee nit ñi coow wax ñu génn pour nit ñi noppi gis ne waaye it's not consistent. There is no consistency in their policing, especially seen beat patrols. Consistency nekku fa. So police presence should be something is part and parcel of the social structures. For Guinea, war nga gis police officer. Because crime you bari fi de so ko sello police presence du fa de neka. Suñ génné sen nice patrol li ñoo def ñata nit lañ dé arrest, ñata things lañ dé recover. So lolu mu ngi firndel ne they not doing their job. Because su fekkee ne police yaa ngi def seen liggéey niñ ko waree def there is even Angleterre fii sax crime daf dee am murder daf dee am waaye doo ko compare ak Gambia. Gambia is less than the population of Birmingham. fam ne benn city la yow nga seet xam nga standard of living bi fii nga seet security bi nu mel ak yooyu ak nga am the whole state of a country. Gambia has been independent since 1965 ba léegi soo xam ne ñun juddu woon ñun sax léegi juddu nañ ba mag bi am ay doom bi ñu war a ñëw war a am ay doom dëkk baa ngi gën a dellu gannaaw xam nga it's war nañoo xoolaat suñ boppa soo seetloo Sénégal is like dama dee yéemu Gambian si ñoo xam ne dañ dee follow the politics of Sénégal and interest biñ dee wone ak commitment biñ dee soo ñun in the Gambia is like loolu no nekku fa ba pare you expect miracles to happen in the country. It's not possible. So in fact ñun doomi réew mi ñu taxaw ne lii duñ ko nanguwaat because Barrow du buur Barrow soo ko xoolee démba nga xool ko tey nga xam ne lu bari sanse na ci moom as a person waaye si biir dëkk bi not much has changed. ñoom ñëpp soo leen seetee ministre si nga xool leen tey xool leen démba di nga realize there is a lot of development in their personal well-being compared to the national well-being.
The only thing that is developing is them. I agree.
Exactly. ñu ngi gën a ponkal ñu ngi gën a fresh ñu ngi gën a leer. The rest of the people are getting poorer and weaker. balaa maa dee ndoxi Casamance bi di jógee Casamance di ñëw di overflow dëkk bi mënuma understand naka la ndax ndox bi dafa fly ndax dafa dugga si biir suuf si xama fan la ndox bi jógee Casamance ñëw overflow suñu yoon.
ñun ñëpp Gambia lañ juddoo yaroo fa. Have you ever heard that? mus ngaa dégg loolu?
No.
man li ma juddoo Gambia ba léegi maa ngi door a dégg.
Under Nguri Barrow, nothing is impossible.
Every time there's an excuse. Every time I'm not canai fault.
Why
exactly?
Why Saul?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like someone is taking someone for granted. I'm a politician here.
No. Why Lolo mom? There's not even someone. Ngurbi is taking the citizens for granted. Because Amud Ben Gurbo Hamne Musuta fault. Amud, the whole world. Understand the presidency, prime minister, if then they make mistake. Like you in the UK fee, I'm the prime minister, the guys feel in a party be sent boppas are not even the citizens. Party be demand Hamga, he should go because he's not taking the country forward and he's not leading the party. Party be continue the lead, then you lose next general election. So he had to step down. President Vilanko take. Why Lulu more like in the Gambia? You so joge for instance, legi man may wasi about Ablai Sanyang. Henna hamga bamba mas gena because gorom la dubuga ñu wasi Ablai Sanyang.
Fil na ne
wow o mu fil ne wow henna Ablai fil ne wow sol daf ma disappoint sol suma boy la won ñoo nekkon college hamga ñoo nekkon in the police. Now he's going on to hamga social media di wax sima yef when he could call me as a friend. Why Lee is not about personal friendship. Man, I'm not talking about Ablai Sanyang as a personal friend. I'm talking about Ablai Sanyang as a public figure. I'm talking about Ablai Sanyang, who is the Minister of Interior, or Ablai Sanyang, who is the Inspector General, but not the Ablai Sanyang, the private Ablai Sanyang, or the Ablai Sanyang that I was at the college with Ablai Sanyang, we are mates. No.
Okay. In this whole thing, the example I would give is MP Buneka our area because man feel adeka. So I established that relationship between me and him. So the MP, when this PM thing is happening, I am going to listen to the constituents because if the constituents are not happy with the Prime Minister, we're going to put pressure on him for him to go. Because if I'm not listening to my constituents, they're gonna vote me out. By Gambia, the problem is minister then they tana. Lolo moy problem be. Then they tana. Like I think that's another factor Bohamne.
Dogomala Mustafa minister be suñ ko tane like ni ñoo tane president bi minister si duñ leen elect waaye dañ leen dee tana president be leen dee pick. Understand? Why su fekkee ne président be leen tànn nekk na président boo xam ne is serious président boo xam ne xam nga fonka na waxam nekk na président boo xam ne bugga na réew mi develop nekk na président boo xam ne is tough on corruption su nit ñi génnee everybody Olof Njaay def ne ku ñëpp tuuf li nga tooy understand nga su fekkee ne ñëpp génn nañ ñëpp du mun a génn di social ministre bi su fekkoon ne dis Ousmane Bojang sax génn na wax su fekkee ne waxam bi du dëgg sax xëy na dafa social ministre bi président bi su serious on daf doon set up an investigation into kooku wax yim wax seet ndax yim wax am na dëgg ndax amul dëgg su fekkee ne gëstu nañ ko gis ne kooku lim sos wax loolu moo fa nekka mu ne ministre bi wel man tànnuma la pour nga dem di def lii ak lii or su fekkoon ne sax he was the IG at the time ne ko ne because you have done this in the past I don't trust you as a minister boo xam ne danga oversee the security sector so I would let you go understand.
Another problem, right? So this is Gambians, they're not used to this resigning thing. Need sulatane, they will feel it. Man sulatane, ma defla minister. Gambia, you will dance to my tune, honorable. So Lolo is a common
Lolo dafa nekk ne
minister bi jog mo poor president bine. Oh no, Mr. President, that is not right. That can't be right. Like because so they vote in that. I think ministers they need to find a way to vote them in. So go if the constituents will.
No. You minister they can
even suñ leen vote in suñ nit ñi this worshipping thing needs to check. We need to check it because MPs dañ leen vote in. Why they gonna parliament legal duñ dee bëgg jël issues because of Fabakary Tombong and I travel? How? They have voted in. But because Fabakary Tombong and I travel suñ misbehave or things suñ bugut suñ ko defee and they refuse to do certain things because of buguñ tamerlo Fabakary Tombong so that they can travel, so that they can be prioritized, so that they can get what they want. This is what
so loolu moo tax ma ne xam nga dafa des si nit ki Moustapha xam nga ñun yaa ngi fii ku nekk dañuy day ñëw daje fii waaye yow doo mun a wax ne this is what you have to say on the platform doo ma mun a wax ne this is what you have to say on the platform if you say that I'll go because du ma war a ñëw fii ba pare nga ma micromanage di ma senso li ma wax ak li ma waruta wax I am free to express my opinion. Mota, we are still, carrying on. So, mangi gis recently, hamanda Daily Observer, beko kare, mune hamga Gambian si, hamne demba ninyu ba lañ won, niti degu lañ won. The moment Barrow appoint len as minister or head of a department rek, automatically dañ dee change ñu nekk fenkat ñu nekk nit ñoo xam ne dañ rëy nekk nit ñoo xam ne dañ diis
déggu baalal ma de dooguma la waaye déggu wuñ toon dañ doon déggu because nit ku déggu doo dee change noonu du yomb
exactly that's what I believe personally man loolu laa gom xam nga position bi daf la fa fekkate daf la fa bàyyi
exactly
understand nga Barrow daf ko dee wax démba ak barki démba am na ñi fa nekkoon te moo fa nekk waaye ëllëg keneen moo fa nekk so kenn du mun a nekk ci réew bi faw understand nga ñun suñ papa yi suñ maam yi ana ñooñu they all gone bàyyi nañu ñu ne dañoo dem bàyyi suñ doom yi so loolu soo ko gomee rek nga xam ne sa wërsëg yàlla soo génne obviously doo toog si jumaa ji ne expect malayka yi dinañ ñëw wàcca si jola saako xaalis o malayka yi dinañ wàcca si fekk la si jumaa bi fee la sabil non loo gom-gom yàlla il faut nga génn dem ñefe nga mun a am li nga toppatoo yi sa boppa soo gomee ne yow sa wërsëg ak sa mun xam-xam ak sa mun looloo laa dundal man de dundaluma Moustapha dundaluma Moustapha so obviously yéena yi doo ko nangu sa ngor du la ko may nga def ko waaye ñoom dañ goradi gom nañ yàlla waaye óolu wuñ ko so Barrow lañ gën a óol waaw xam nga gom ak óolu du benn mun nga gom something te óoluwulo ko
waaw waaye mun nga soo gomee danko doo gom nit ko munta óolu ndax
waaw xam nga comme like suñ ko gomee óolu ko lum leen tere duñ ko def parce que yàlla benn jullit bi waruloo fen jullit bi waruloo lekk anything loo xam ne lewu la waaye yow da ngaa gis ne ñoom dañoo pare julli léegi the next minute ñu ngi si seen fool di fen
moo tax ma ne gëmuñ yàlla Moustapha Souleymane
mun nañoo pare julli léegi ñu dem ñu jël xaalis boo xam ne du seen bos ñu yóbbu loolu di ko fiit seen family di ko fiit seen boppa so moo tax da ngaa seetle so seen mujj du dee baax especially these police senior police officers seen mujj mostly du dee baax soo leen gisee rek after dang leen dee yërëm because biñ nekkee si service bi an innocent person for example kooku yaa ko saaga ndey yow saagaloo ko ndey sa ndey nga saaga because obviously ku fonka waajuram du foyee saaga nit ki soo ko saagee rek yaa ngee saaga sa boppa ku saaga waajuri jàmbur sa waajur weda kooku tontu na la o tontu la yow sa waajur nga saaga so yow naka nga fogee ne yow yàlla dina def barke ci yow li nga def ak li nga am du ko def dañ dee sàcca xaalis bi dajale xaalis bi ba xaalis bi bari waaye duñ dee njëriñu xaalis bi because yàlla daf leen dee tekkee na feebar boo xam ne yow da nga daw si sëriñ yi ñuy lekk sa xaalis ngay dem si lopitaan yi di faju doo wér ba benn bés nga xëy nga ne puk nga daanu nga dee
ak politicien yi tamit
exactly loolu la so dafa am kenn ki man ko doon riir mu ne all half of the politicians are liars I think it's a US living columnist gars yi ne ko xam nga politicien simer ne ko ne na retract lifinam bi am nga na dem lifin loolu mu ne it's not all all of the politicians who are liars so mu ngi mel ni obviously li wax loolu fa nekk so Gambia tamit loolu la waaye ñun lu ñu sonal as réew it's not ne nit ñi xamuñ coono bi fa nekk de o nit ñi nekkun di sona ñu ngi sona xam nañ coono bi xam nañ ne politicians yi dañ dee sàcca seen xaalis xam nañ ne politicians yi am nga dañ leen dee so change waaye because olu wuñ ne ñoom suñ taxawalee seen boppa dinañ mun a yóbbu réew mi war a àgga suñ taxawee ne duma votal Barrow because for the last 5 years bi Barrow nekkee njiit courant yaa ngi gën a di dog internet bi amut maalo mu ngi gën a yokku ren baa ngi gën a seer paas yaa ngi gën a seer and lii yëpp si nguuri Barrow lañ ko amee so xam nga nguuri Jammeh of course problems yaa ngi fa difficulties yaa ngi fa waaye danga seet ne xëy na soo seetloo debt bi Jammeh am within 22 years Barrow in less than 10 years dafa triple the debt national debt beyond that so xam nga nit ki is like xëy na layman bi soo waxee development rek ñoom ñu ngi foog ne soo tabaxee yoon yi nga tabax lopitaan yi xam nga tabax lifin yi bridge yi that is development for them waaye development yaa ngi xool crime rate bi si society bi ndax society bi is getting safer or society bi yaa ngi gën a get xam nga more unsafe yaa ngi xool health sector bi ndax nit ñi léegi seen wérgu yaram dafa gën a yokku ndax seen wérgu yaram dafa gën a dellu ci gannaaw because da nga gis ne even lopitaan yi sax soo demee léegi consultation fee da ngaa fay balaa ñu laa gis soo fay consultation fee su la gisee suñ la prescribe garab xëy na soo demee if you are lucky di nga am benn garab bi si pharmacie rest of it yëpp da ngaa dem jënda fii soo amee certain conditions like diabetics or nga am certain age sa prescription is free gars yi ñoo laa ñëw every other month dañ la dee ne kaay ñu check sa blood ñu check sa blood kaay ñu check sa kidney si kaay ñu check sa heart bi kaay ñu check sa bët yi kaay check la every time
man donguma la sa de maa ngi wax suma incident bi ma demee dem to work then ma feel I was having breathing problem dama jógee kër ne let me still go because I feel I'm still feeling something in my chest ma ne am na lu maa yëg suma dina bi xaaral ma dem office ma ne dina dem suma doxee waaye bi ma àggee office ba dama call suma doctor bi and then telephone time bi was close ma call suma lopitaan bi dekuma Oslo waaye I'm working in Oslo ma call suma lopitaan bi gars yi pick up ma explain leen gars yi ma non foo nekka ma ne leen maa ngi Oslo ñu ne ma yaa ngi Oslo kon xaaral hold on si line bi ñu put ma on the line call Oslo si lopitaan bi ne leen ne ma connect leen ba pare ne ma explainal li nga wax li nga fiil ma explain ko si saa si waa ji mu ne ma don't move ñu ngi send ambulance bi to the office you know, where are you at the 5th floor? Mane 5th floor. Mane need to now watch because I'm still fit to go. You know, no. Gis na bi ma watch si suuf. Ambulance ba nga sa bunta ba taxaw already. Si biir ambulance boobu lañ ma dugal wire suma yaram bi with all this wire for the heart. Selling pics my pressure bi. And then check everything. Si biir su bunti office bi, si biir ambulance. And then you know ma, no, fu mu nekk ni we have to take you because our pressure is high. Heart, everything is okay. Why pressure is high? So in I think I can walk to the hospital. No. We have to drive you in because we have more equipment and more doctors to check because pressure be normal. That's how they drove me into the hospital. 5 doctors, different specialization in heart. Dama X-ray guy put back all these wires again and doctor si kuneka angela question. Genetic, lan nga am, sa family history, what is this, nakala, lana xew, fan la doore, nii, check everything, bañ pare ñu ne okay, léegi eliminate nañ any danger. We haven't seen any danger. You know, but léegi you're having problem with your pressure. You know, okay, léegi we're going to go and scan your lungs. Yobuma, check lungs and everything. Okay, eliminate nañ boobu tamit. Léegi we don't know. Munuñ la bàyyi, but we will have to have you overnight pour ñu lifin la naka check la follow up. They kept me. Even that office la joge ak suma office bag ak suma sanse suma everything. They gave me clothes, toothbrush, toothpaste, food, everything Luma need. Ne don't worry, we will bring everything. Joma everything. Every minute then you're like that. Do you need something? Is there anything we can do? Do you need something from home? The one munga buga haken kir nananga buga ñu defal dara sa xalé yi nakala you know the care itself the human part even the equipment and everybody, the human part they take you so serious, they take it so serious and they take care of you with so much care even though yow sa nit ku ñuul nga. So lola de wane yi nga de lak suñ dekay and this is what we want and li nekut lu naxari pour am nekut lo xamne dafa naxari pour am. It's just a matter of having the right people, the right mind to do this work, as simple as that. Suñ nit ñi nak dañ mean choono ba nga xamne man dama dey believe ne dañ dem to a point ba nga xamne dañ nam, we just take it. Lan la ñoo def, I don't know what to do, how ma lu ma def waaye dëkk bi ni moo demee nii Baro su winee and yàlla tere ti ko astafurlah su winee 2020 December we are going in for rude awakening because Ousseynou lu mu wax tey li wax si li ma déglu tey si interview bi is scary. It's scary di nga téye ni di ko dóora jaasi di ko takka handcuff loxo mi ba pare jël handcuff loxo boobu aj ko si bog la proof mu jox la gannaaw ngeen taxaw di ko dóor jaasi ba nga pare sa beneen police officer jël baatin dóor katiye fetel ba mu ngi la naan léegi nag nañ ko finish because su ñi ñëwee dinañ xam la na xew, let's just finish him. Katiye gone ba. Can you imagine 2026 June? This is what we are talking about. Lila Ousseynou went through. Mune dañ ko door ba yegatut. Because after the ko hana li fi no nga accept ne you know you did it. Mune no, defuma ko way yegatuma sax. Dañ ma door ba yegatuma. Can you just imagine Domi Gambian with a uniform? Mo tiye moromi Gambian ko xamne xamagul sax na mo def lu ñu wax ne mom la def. Nga tiye ko taka ko diko door jaasi. Door ko batin, door ko nganum ponkali go.
Because obviously they ligane ko don deglu dafa melni ange degati RRC. But why are you surprised? because white paper bi da ana recommendation si TRR si lifin
we are
ben lifin
finished.
gisuma fen ñoo xam ne dañ recommend ne ñooñu waruñoo nekk in uniform. They are still in uniform. ñi ñu wax ne waruñoo liggéey si réew mi for 10 years. They are still working under the government or working for the government. ñoo xam ne dañ leen waroon a arrest ñu prosecute leen. They are still working free in the country. So lan nga expect ne ñi nekk in uniform léegi démba ñoo doon torture. They are still in uniform. Ndax ñooñu would stop the torture bi? No, duñ ko stop. So suñ nekkee heads of the department, obviously they would look at the other side when those things are happening, because xam nañ ne dara du xew, because Barrow is not that leader koo xam ne dina affect those things. ñiñ moo wax ne they are tough on corruption xëy na Abba Sanyang lañ gis ministre boo xam ne ñu ngi ko yóbbu apart from kii Dr. Banja, because ñu ngi wax ne Abba daf ko kamasa mu mere ko.
loolu laa
So
dégg
xëy na Abba su ko kamasa wutoon na du ko mere, Abba would have just carried on with what he's doing.
yeah ba pare suñ xoolee sax
So
ñun ñëpp Gambia yëpp su Gambian si yëpp toogee ku nekk nga toog si sa biir néeg with honesty all these 10 years lan la change si sa life lan la change
ana ñu xam ne ngaam yu ndaw lañ amoon seen ngaamaa ngi gën a yokku ñooñu ci nguur gi ñoo xam ne biir bu ndaw lañ amoon seen biir yaa ngi gën a ponkal mel ni ñoo xam ne
liggéey si government bi si nguur gi
exactly that's what I'm saying, yeah. ñooñu rek a develop
xale yaa ngi dee we don't even know lu leen a rey
seeta Sidi Ndiaye léegi rek nga xool Sidi Ndiaye bu njëkka Sidi Ndiaye bi mu doon wax 2016 Sidi Ndiaye mbuba bi mu sol ak sewaayam léegi soo ko gisee is looking good mu ngi xam nga he put on weight waaw
exactly holiday di ko flagal nit ñi tamit.
And then my other concern here, Solmoy, the new security with the IGP side be why this guy, the Motke Cisse, he just came out to National Assembly with money. He is ruling out price control in the Gambia. Gambia is a liberal market policy. Bilanyo continue. I'm going to the price control.
Lolo dafa def kii Mustafa state bi can decide pour ñu def ko xam nga loolu yaa ngi look at the market system am nga like the communist system am nga the socialist system nga am capital system bi nga am the liberal system. So liberal bi is very close to capitalism wherein yow sa earnings sa bopala. So you can make profit on your business, state be amuchi control. So state be subuge things wanyeku, what they can do is to subsidize hamga importations of things in the country, like basic commodities. Farmers you hamne, for instance, you import sukur or malo. State be muna ne legi henna if you are paying $100 per kilo. We will give you $20 and you can pay $80. Why so let you so let naja price be at least waruta romba this percentage send profit be. That is how the state can negotiate. Why state be dumuna impost on the buyers and sellers ne. This is 13 of million yanko import yangi face a halis, face a tax, face a duties. Paper state be town like this is how much you have to sell it. That is state be how much control. They cannot do that. If the state wants to do it, it has to like Taimi Jawara. Let me just finish. Yangi am NTC. I'm on the NTC. Why Taimi Jawara? I'm on the office being called weight and measures. Weight and measures, you don't control, you don't price controlling unit of the government. So that is even poti sukur, nyom dan la de poti sukur this kilo lawara neka or this pounds lawara neka. So I'm the time bo when you jay sukur dan de poti me bunda bilande legele dan ko de do tad bi bem duga ci bir o legele dan de def sondel ci biram bem lifin setin wi nga xamne suñu measures. Yeah, because Ramadan jay biting. So low lang dan dem. So léegi price weight and measures officer si dañoo ñëw mel ni kuy jënda customer yoo doo dee xam. So ñëwee ba jaay leen ci lañ dee génne seen baaji si woon la ne if you have sold an item over the price bi gaa yi wax dañ dee tëj sa bitig bi yóbbu la code ñu charge la nga fay understand nga so mota is like time boobu nit ñi dañ dee ragal because doo xam kan mooy price control officer ak kan moo nekkut price control officer waaye loolu foog naa gars yi dañ ko abolish time yi lifin bi economic recovery programme bi am nga de government bi dañ lifin noon IMF dañ ñëw pour supplement nguur gi so ci lañ introduce this economic recovery programme time boobu la PPP Jawara door di introduce Tesito. I don't know if you can remember that.
Yes,
that is what brought about the idea of Tesito. Why since then, guy then abolition lolu. So even under Jammeh, there was nothing like price control. Why under Jammeh being a dictator, like mom that day wa come mom jai kilo yapa li, so ken waruta jai more than that kilo yapa. So while lolu, there was no legal basis supporting that. He was just doing that as a dictator.
Why government has to also be able to do something because not necessarily so do not control prices, but you can do subsidies. You can also
exactly
prices. Do exorbitant. Do them romba fu warta roma. You can monitor that. You can do that as well because government be never buy affairs open like that.
This is the thing, and then
I think but I think what is affecting the price so much more there is monopoly. Even though government have a monopoly, there is monopoly. Certain people are giving certain things to export or giving the opportunity and giving subsidy. And low that they affect price because
people like Hamidou Dia, Suma Mbokalawa Basela, understand. So Hamidou Dia has access to produce cement. Hamidou Dia has access to sell and live oil. Hamidou Dia has access to Mburu. So all those privileges come lingawa. Government banko jobe pare. Government daf koy lebal halis ne demal jelli and then come and sell it to us.
Yes.
So which is at a higher price, which is quite surprising because
government control price, but you can also open competition, make it so fair so more people because time
exactly
you don't complain because you buy so but they are doing that. This is the government that is doing monopoly and that mode seka government ministry he didn't perform anything. He's the most useless minister as well. So I'm not surprised he's coming out to say, we are not going to do any price control. You are not going to do price control. What are you offering to the people? What measures are you putting in place?
So exactly, Lolula Warona explain, if the government is not going to control the prices, Landla government did def to make sure the prices are stable, there is free and fair competition, and then they are protecting the small and the new businesses. Why Fimnekani government is not protecting small businesses.
Dokumala Suleiman, there's something quick. Government even is worse at increasing price. Electricity. Look at the state institution. Electricity. So government even is the worst. So example, fertilizer government themselves. So maybe that is why even more we are not going to control price because nyom sen boba you're the worst price increase because nyom la gonna feel electricity people feel it more people feel it more fertilizer people feel it more than linga them because
my concern to top it all, I went to Gambia not long ago. In the morning, agenda tin milk, omela, this thing, double living. In the morning, the price was something. In the evening, the price went up.
That is illegal, actually. That is illegal.
It is so like you.
That is wrong. That is something government needs to regulate.
This price. Let's go to the shop. Mama go, hey, what are you talking about? He says, oh no. Next time is going to be the same, the price is gone up. In the morning,
that is very unfair price discrimination and very dangerous. The government should regulate that.
So there must be just sorry, come on, man. Something needs to be in place.
Of course. I'm not saying something should not be in place. Why? Just look at it logically and legally. Man, sumaware import my goods. Mawara use foreign currency. Man, sumanye ma pay suma income tax. Ma pay suma custom duties. Understand? Mawara new and then wara jai lolu. I need to make profit. So duma dem in the suma bagas manyo jai ko at a lost price.
So government can do
government, what government can do moy henna new tax levy linde wa tax levy. Then okay yen ñi import sukur yen ñi import right because these are basic commodities yo xamne Gambians yi dañ ko need. Legi nañ leen jox tax relief for 6 months or maybe for a year.
But I think
then import.
I don't think they are doing it too much with
why so? Okay, so how about if there is no level play, in here?
No, exactly. Lola fofula ñëw.
And then you go to Pasig, the price is different. Serekunda is different, here is different.
Mustafa, that is the job of the government to be able to investigate sudden and unexplained price hike and spikes. They should be able to do that. You cannot allow that. Subanga jende transu, gudinga jende dalasi. That is only Gambia.
Legi su feke ne government bangi introduce price control. They should be able to be also selling those things. Because time bobu government bangi and boutiques like NTC. Yeah. You have NTC in all the major cities and towns. So your government boutique lane, Linga AMC boutique be so they may NTC, you find it cheaper. So mota NTC time bobu send bagasi duranta how.
Why Suleiman government send boba essential goods the government ame for the people. Bobo they gonna increase that than anything. Electricity, water, government bisi bopam is part of the problem.
Right.
So
Lulu, so mota I think Lulu they corruption bila. Corruption bila. No, why soon you okay electricity is it is available, it's accessible. There is no issue on that. Why you yange yoka kurang, yange yoka no ninyi mununyo am access to it. So why increase the prices?
Yeah.
Fee for example in UK, every April, visa fees then they go up. So how many people will need it? Why visa fees then they them off and then so apply new denial, they don't refund you your money. He was talking about that. Why should they take money from Gambians before denial and visa? So he was working on that for succeeded. Why I'm sure if you were still there, he would have done something about it.
Why Limade was Suleiman Moine?
Fima buganyo, Hamga in the past Ninyange complained a couple of weeks ago. Hamga some of the crimes foreigners could commit ni agni bala bala so controlling sun borders, which is very sad. Understand? So Gambia is a small country. Why Munanyo controls and borders? Immigration we know in the Gambia, country is surviving on tax. Anywhere else, like government be make a halis. Apart from tax, at grants, at loans, government below line they survive. Like government is not producing anything that it is selling internally, to make revenue. There's nothing that the government is producing that it is exporting and is making revenue out of Lolo. Even time Jawara, you don't have this retreat. Living business where in the export trade. Wow, the export trade goods see then ko yobu Guinea Bissau, yobu ko Mali, yobu ko Kasama Sanga. So the final figure ko living ko. So why the like is ne? Wow.
So time Jawara then export because mangeri madan jinda Gambian Jenny.
Why GPMB kero mangi gis hamaki nyanga moko sea tini gerte living poti diwlini gerte produced by the Gambia Marketing Board. And then only that. Gambia and then NPE, you dan export gin.
Exactly. Supermarket Gambia made it Gambia bagas.
And there was this time Madam as the Gindi mango, and then it was from the Gambia.
Yeah.
So I remember man bima fa nekon amna bena fan bi nek ci bori airport bi fogg na bena Libanese ak momon hama. So then they produce so much mango fofu. Te mom dega na ne even Gambian workers mango Sudano nga for ko nga leka ko tapla di da. So
why so if you look at it now, let's do a little comparison here. West African region, Guinea-Bissau, if you go there, I think they've level-headed now. They know what they want. They know what they're doing. Same country is moving. Senegal, moving. All these surrounding countries, as far as I'm aware, and I'm getting reports from my correspondent, Serif Bojan Jr. I bet is listening now or not. All these countries, they're moving. But Gambia, it looks like we are stagnant. We are stagnant. There's nothing law hamne you could say if you Sophie Juge do yon be if you know. So if you from here you go there, I don't know what sort of development do you see people wise.
I'm not being a senior politician Musawa. I think that was some ages ago. Time struggled. He was frustrated, and then I think it was on Freedom Radio. Mune Gambians like to be abused. And I took that up with him. So he retracted. Why danga gisne lolu man over and over damakude halad, and I think that made a lot of sense. Hamga nit ko hamne yanko abuse te koku yegunne sa yanko abuse pour liberate koku dafa difficult.
And Suleiman, we have this dependency syndrome as well. That is really
very so danga gisne nit ki balanga ko dimbale mu mom bopam dafa yegne mu ngi ay tolof waaye nit ko xam ne fiilut ne mu ngi ci ay tolof kooku soo ñëwee nga ne ko kaay ma dimbale la nga moom sa boppa dafa foog ne yow da nga dof fekk yow dofoo de moom moo yëgut ne mu ngi ci coono.
So man dama fi
man loolu laa feel ne Gambian bi foofu lañ nekk at this stage because yëguñ ne ñu ngi sona suñu fiilee ne ñu ngi sona kenn duñu ne jóg leen taxawal seen boppa every day ñu ngi ko woy liggéey jot na Gambia moom boppam kaay leen taxaw xam nga it's like it's there. We've been singing it since I was in the primary.
So why
exactly. So why that even yung national anthem being the way bo amne mom moy suñ guiding spirit ñun nekkuñ di ko dunda te all of that nit ki li ngay uyo dang ko wara nuru yow ñu ne góor nga soo génnee ñu la jaawale jigéen yi yow nga ne jigéen nga soo génnee ñu la jaawale góor obviously xam nga nuroo woo ak li nga uyo ak li nga doon te nit ki suñ la waxee sa boppa nga mer waaye xam sa boppa moo gën nit ñi wala sa boppa
affaire si soo ko xoolee I don't know, it looks like some people are more Gambian than me and you. Some people are more when it comes to Gambia, they are more they make themselves, or the impression they're given is they're more important than me and you when it comes to the decision making about the Gambia. And then they're the decision makers and they're the ones they have the final say. Like itel la Gambian kaya bandenyaro, la Gambian kaya be. So that sort of thing. So I don't know how can we educate a lay ordinary somebody from, I'll say Basse this time, not Gunjuri, from Basse to understand, this is a problem. This is a concern. Let's educate this. This is 2026. I think everyone is saying we need change, we need change, we need change. But even the
I'll make a statement here. I know I'll be held accountable for it. Why is the truth? So said Lo Nguri Gambia from 1970. Bitay. All the presidents, vice presidents, Opadole, provincial people la ñoo nekk. So nye kombo nyune nyimu sandong kol. Bari sandong kol le kam Gambia mara. So kombo kol fanang inyanta this 2026. Ye fere ke ye la kombo ko ya itandi ifanang isi Gambia mara. Kabring Gambia wuluta that oda ke balansi senyari kabring Gambia baya wulu. Bolong konon kol le ka Gambia mara. Munatina sandong kol le ka mara. Munatina kombo kol nin sitting kol te Gambia mara nola. 2026 is an opportunity for that change to happen because ngaje sandong call near Gambia mara Gambia kata koma le draw. So do man call for nansa ye fere ke Gambia mara ngaji we for Gambia betala nyato o be abetala sato.
Iha kilo ba komo ngaje malaka afonyi. So
Nte na boyo bije yankuba ture sorry yankuba dabo. Go yankuba dabo bije. Yankuba bije esa fal bije Tali Bensuda Vijay. So these are all people me alonko isi Gambia samba no nyato. Halifa Sala Vijay. See there mubulonko non called Alkana Karedi.
Yeah, so my concern here is okay, maybe Janim Binala final thoughts though. We'll come to the moderate comments of Jako. I disrespectfully disagree with Suleiman in when it comes to price control. This government said that the essential food commodities are tax-free for bulk importers. So why government losing the tax and citizens are struggling with the prices? In England, prices go up, but if inflation goes down, you can see the prices of basic commodities comes down. The reason Barrow government always saying they can't regulate prices because, just bear with me, oh, it's a long one. I don't know if you can see it.
I'm not. But
you can see the price of basic commodities come down. The reason Barrow government always saying they can't regulate prices because the people, the majority of importers of basic commodities, okay? Because the majority of the importers of basic commodities. Well, that bit I don't understand well. But
yeah, let me just respond quickly because Manla disagrees in it. So the point is in the UK here, Hamga, if you look at April financial year, mostly the living. So the business, then they increase salaries, wages that they increase. Then they pay interest rate be at a fixed rate. Interest rate be sulifine danga gis ne yo danga fay sa NI, danga fay sa tax. So sa NI binga fay lolu that they contribute to the pricing. So sedlo supermarket see send increases see normally that they make decimal points then they increase. So lolu su increase that they say kane your salary is increased. So the government be that they make so ne sa earning access spending see difference be they vary. But in the Gambia, salary is almost static they make a static for years. Salary increment do am. Baro if he is voted in, he would increase salaries, I think, by 33% or by 30%. So whether Lolo Degala or not, because Baro Dafawane in political campaign, you can say anything you want. Lo buga munga ko. That why Lolunga defe or Doko defe is a different thing. So the Hagisne salary see, if you look at people's earnings in the Gambia at their consumption rate, their spending rate be the far high drop. They pay taxi Gambia dafa depend on tax. So everything is tax. So your salary is at the tax. The nga tax. Normally your linga face a salary, linga face a tax. Lolu warna dem si supplement price living basic commodity. So government be living lolu at least the understanding should be with the business community more. So lend you this tax levy with send taxi prices so lend and basic communities you should be selling it at this level. So fekene you are not doing that, then increase tax fee on your goods and then we can increase the salary of the people. We have the earnings the far increase the far yoku. While you also said in the Gambia, generally, let's just take it at $10,000. Every civil servant earns $10,000 a month. Yo yangi jël a house like 2 bedroom at Palo, yangi pay $9,000 a month for the rent. So you also gam sa 10,000, dafa melni $1,000 nga dese. So you say transport, digante henna Banjul Serekunda, let's say you are paying $150 a day for transport. That 150, so come multiply by 5. Lolo is a lot of money. Multiply Lolo by 30 is more than hanga. Yo linga the same. So obviously, ninyi dañu suffer. Yo sa jegi malo ñewut. Sa jegi sukur ñewut. Yo sa school hale send school fees ñewut. Yo sa hale send lunch ñewut. Ak all the things you have ne unexpected expenditures yang ko yo hamne they will come. For example, somebody mun na fever, nga wara dem lopitan, wara fay sa consultation fee at you. So mota, people are feeling it a lot. Even feed and they suffer. Price is okay to say daga feel affair. Why the far fake and the government with the far makes on it, people are not affected with the inflation.
So where is the problem? So
Man, I believe the government can really control and protect consumers, protect niti. By ne man go man is a disciple even monitor. Ninyi len de dega ñu wax price e nga ba ñu de good. But even trade, warna a department or a institution within there bo xamne fa monitor rice pricing atal because ñom ñu ngi joxe exemption, tax exemption, subsidy yeb ñu ñu ko joxe. Then ñu mëna monitor price bi naka la démé ci rice bi, cooking or diwlin bi yi yeb su ko gaay checke. That will help them also to know what is happening in the market. Man, I don't think they do that. Man, dama believe the government is not doing anything. Then for talk, right?
I think
but too, man, dama fogg ne they should also be able to publish these prices as well because they do it even here. You know, okay? There's only in a whole nit ñi dañ lek so much potato. Pompiter price bi nañ ne $2,000 la, maximum of 3,000. And people know. So you overcharge. You also supposed to have them raise alarm. No. Why this is not this is the max price. You cannot go over there. Consumers saying Baba because state be already want to lead a nila because hamne nye lila nyo invest. But there is a big problem with the Gambia tamidne. Mangiri me time is cement yu nyake nyene rin ko de danger. Pour muna jay mu gëna egg. So dol tam dañ ko wara make sure you are penalized because it's illegal.
Lolo, when we were talking about the market system, time bobu, dan import cement Senegal. Guy talk new ban Lolo because they were protecting people like Hamiduja, Agassem.
That's the competition again. That's the
exactly. So Lola, hamna nyonyu swing in dance and cement. It would more don't get bepare more genona ba ni some of their cement. So Hamidou Diarra fa dem import cement Senegal mu ñew soti ko ci bagami de fatura mag as if ñoko defar fekk it's not the case ñu jaay ko at a higher price nga xamne na the ordinary Gambian ko xamne people like ñom Aji Fanta Touré dañ dan import cement xam nga ñu deny leen the access and all that lady was doing was to support the Gambian community.
And this
import,
is a monopoly
and
government has to accept that government will monopoly la because few people are allowed to import things. Few people are allowed to produce certain things. That is it. It's a monopoly state. And lolu luñ wara jël la. And I don't know why our economists are not taking up this issue because it is completely monopoly. Wala ñan lañ allow ñu
the other thing is like government bi dafa wara am funds for small businesses. Small businesses yoo xam ne ñu ngi struggle. ñu jox leen fund guy coach leen develop leen ba guy grow. Fii da nga gis ne soo starté a business nga operate after 1 year government then could advertise ne there is funding for businesses apply it. It's like helping small businesses grow. Why no? I don't think that is happening in the Gambia.
No, because
if it does, I'm not sure.
So hold I 300 million baro di ko jox cousinam ko xamne has nothing about all these things. You give central bank gave money to that loan to that person. And that person is just messing up because Coco Hallis of property because so Hollis are the more the behavior, you can tell. So what's the point? Ngene ñooñu nañ dem import rice. Su ko fe rice price bi wàcca. Did it? It didn't. Suñu xaalis bi rek lañ jël.
I don't know. I think there should be a way forward for rice. You know, my man. You know, Basse used to have some cotton. You know, production thing in
Our
Basse.
time
Cotton Guinea. Cotton Guinea.
Exactly. That
What
was
time is GPMB, right? Time is GPMB.
Yeah, GPMB too with the
so
Gambia
if we are able to produce that, and there's this Jahal Pachar, and there's this, clean water that you can use to,
we used to have the best
we
water.
have that available in the Gambia. If you price
Fancy Jamme time bobu kanilai ninyaran dan complain ne hamga. He's using the civil service to go and farm on his private farms. Why the find so many varieties you have on rice ak order, different products you have like coos, millet ak yoyu. For grow ko in the Gambia, you have in 3 months la model and you have in 2 months different. So we jamme deme man I wrote manelen bulen by kanilai muwes. Use kanilai again integrate ko into the Gambia University. Kanilai munnan ko use at the science lab. Wow, no. I know hamga jahali pasar soko said lo bobu dafa fail even time jawara.
Yeah,
because
that's why you have to go and learn.
Yeah, lihew at jahali pachar jigeni in the provinces ñom ñoo de produce rice ñoo de nekk ci field si. So bilon si ñëwé for jahali pachar pour fon ko gaay gori lañ ko jox. So and then gori they not go into the farms. So lessons yoy bobu time I think I wrote on that, and then I think Sajo Bayan can bear me weakness. He also commented on those.
This guy if you malo sol. If you malo, I don't think we should import malo in the Gambia. I don't think
no.
We should
Do malo, do dugub, do gerte, do cotton.
No, it should not. Time bomb sol, it's like February, yep, diabetes, high blood pressure, all this pressure,
Kidney is killing
our
people.
Kidney, no, because Malay, some of this Malay, Manade is Malay, then could a Katara Mano Tombonkan, Kabiring 10 o'clock for 11 o'clock.
Yes.
So that tells you, hey, it's not good to consume. It's not because Mano Mialonko Ika Wonyama. I don't think that's healthy. So I think if we have a system.
But Mustafa, amanke Mano Damati,
I'm just giving an example.
People are, that is why I said that. The problem we have with this government, they are not monitoring. They are not looking at what is happening in the economy. They are not looking at what our people are eating. They don't care. This is
very important.
The problem is there. Atata nata. Abe mo woleti. Ibuka jube. Mwede mune domokang. Mune mo wafika nyi marse kono.
Sidi Ajata was very, very hamana kala ko wahe bimne baro biñ ko invite pour jox len position mune yalon ni inimul konko manga fo konko tol le mbam konko tol be siri ako ne kino pan pareta ikadi wala folo until man konko so lol la gaay def ñu xif ñi ñu melni ñom may fati nga am ne ñu ngi toog ñu ngi yaga ñu ngi xiif joleen position si so ñu dem génn def naka
that's like mortgage in the country, we need to take the country serious.
loolu la so am nga the country honestly am nga I'm this is sad to say why the country will never be serious and we will never have serious leaders until we the citizens become serious.
Well, that is a fact, so anyway.
Settle Senegal. It's like we always reference Senegal. One thing at the beginning. Man, I remember time boom Senegal. Yun suñ kër dañ fa dé first step. Then they ñëw di fajuji. Then they ñëw di ut li ñoo lekka. Then they everything Gambia lañ ko dé uté. And man ngi gis
Senegal.
Bena boy Sénégalais mu ngi sol xaftaan bu wé ak something. He was saying some crazy things about Gambians. Suma xol na haribe mu metti ma lool waaye ma gëstuwaat xoolaat kii li mu wax ma ne ko metti na waaye li ci ëpp doole yi mu wax yëpp non la demee.
Right, so just nga li nga wax noonu loolu yàggut sax it's not a long time ago since Senegal used to come to Gambia communication
I agree with
and
you.
then telecommunication in the
Léegi
Gambia.
demal Sénégal soo demee Sénégal
Telecom next to South Africa. After South Africa, Gambia telecommunication is the best in the whole of Africa.
We used to be very proud of
now
that.
if you look,
léegi soo demee Sénégal is almost fast becoming a producing state.
Yeah.
am nañ factories yoo xam ne dañ dee produce things dañ ko dee export fu nekk. Chinese yi dañ dee ñëw create because
you see things made in Senegal, made from Senegal.
The problem mooy ne xam nga 2016 Gambia dañ amoon an opportunity boo xam ne Gambia foofu la doon jógee rek nekk a developed nation.
Man, talk about that again. 2016. So, we have done so much work to get Gambia off. So much work. So, danga said ne thousands we were paying for these people business class, bringing them down here. Our money,
exactly.
Our own money, bringing them here.
Investors here were interested in the Gambia because Mununyo Gom, a state didn't remove a dictator through the ballot of the box.
Exactly.
So Gambia's democracy MB, it could have gone Muneka a model wherein the whole world will come to the Gambia to study about governance, to learn about how to transcend or to transit from dictatorship to democracy. Why? Because guy dañ jox place ñu xam ne ñëpp dañ xiifoon taluñ dara lu dul lekka be suur giix te lekka be suur ak giix boobu tax na all those investors ñëw ne gis ne these are not serious people. This is not a serious nation. Guy them Senegal. They went to Senegal and other places like Guinea-Bissau. You mentioned about Guinea-Bissau. Time boobu Guinea-Bissau Jaliba ñu ne dafa demoon foofu. You make Halis, Saku Halis. Let me just finish. Saku Halis. Munyo Gambia, Lolo couldn't even buy him a mint. While Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Bissau is developing.
Yes.
Senegal has developed.
Gambians now are investing in Guinea-Bissau. A lot of Gambians.
And then boys is a legi then you divert and continue to Guinea-Bissau. So what to be them now? Conversation is to get interesting. Mama Farin Lion said, please, price cap. EU, what is this? EU measures during the COVID and recent conflict price freeze on essential commodities. So thank you for your thoughts there. Why so leggy? Before we go, Balanyo them day. What do we do to rectify all this? Because there's that much going on. Let's tell Sungai Gunju. Let's talk to our ordinary citizens. Money. All these people coming to you, telling you, comparing and all that, tell them, talk to our fellow Gambians and let them know, hey, I think it's about time we also said.
I think we miss about the coalition. You did mention that at the introduction that people are talking about. UDP should not lead.
Okay, your thoughts on coalition.
UDP should not lead. I don't think they understand politics. Because Gambian
that several times. A lot of people
Gambian politics is mainly based on the grassroots. Yeah. Grassroots, they decide at the end of the day. Yeah. Party executive can say their things, can expression wishes. Why at the end of the day, it is the grassroots people decide. And if you look at the political setup,
they are the most committed voters as well.
Out of all the parties, UDP, you Lolen Mundi Bany ak Lolen Mundi Yeka. They are the party bo hamne sen original supporters. Ñoñu dañ ñew pour say comme liñ de all of dine say ñom dañ nekk UDP pour say they are there forever. Ñoñu dara mënuñ leena yëngal. So ñoo amé base am nañ grassroots supporters ñoo they're very loyal. So I don't think ne it would be fair SFL Nganeko mo lead a coalition and UDP neka ci gannaawam. I don't think it would be fair Ngane Talib mu lead a coalition UDP nekk ci gannaawam te moom UDP la nekkoon génn UDP because henna buguta lead munuta lead dem from party boppam nga ñëw naan ko okay léegi na nga head the coalition. And the other parties is like they're not even known. Mama Kande, I don't think he's a serious politician. Amut a serious party. His people are leaving him from left, right, and center. So Kohudo na lead a party, a coalition living party. So Dabo is not only a formidable politician, he's one of the most experienced politicians in that country. Amut ben politician bu fa nekk léegi apart from hen Halifa ak Sidia ñu xam ne dañoo compare experience, political experience ak Dabo nekku fa, not even Barrow. So kooku doo ko mën a ne yow randul ñu jël somebody koo xam ne démba la juddu o mu ngi form party am hen na su amee ay 100 nit ñoo nekk gannaawam nga ne kooku na lead coalition bi. It doesn't make sense. That will be the biggest insult to the opposition in the Gambia. So Dabo, if there is anybody to lead a coalition Bohamne is meaningful and would succeed, would be Dabo. So anybody else is a waste of time. And I say that for free.
Now, Suleiman, I've had this discussion with Mustafa a couple of times as well, and looking at the thing there, man, I've never supported non-party led. Man, I believe in party led. I believe in the numbers because I believe ne. You cannot come lingawala tell somebody ko hamne have a base, a political base, have the structure, have the institution, have been tested and tested and tested ne. Step aside. Negotiation of the that is true. But you cannot just come and just erase everything just like that. Ñun fi party led la. The largest party, more than you party topasi. That's why we have the red, the left.
Even UK fees, even UK fee time young David Cameron, Becky Liberal Democrats join it. Then you see, Nick Clark. So it doesn't make sense.
Let's even go to Borough case. Let's agree. Okay, the people really know when Dabo came and said ne Borough 3 years ago, but that independent cost us also. Because who is holding Barrow accountable? So ne UDP did coalition living candidate law. So ne Barrow nela mom independent la. Who are we going to hold accountable? Who? We couldn't hold Barrow accountable for anything. We couldn't even control this man because ban party la belong. Them door ni def on party am legi la ñoo mëna hold MPP into account. And then also what I have a problem with ne bi coalition bi ñeké on when people don't agree ñena ñi géra dem seen yoon ñena ñi disappear ku nekk jaar fale so kana fa nekk ku taxaw ne I have to hold this together, let's continue to fight. So I mean a little bit conflict rek ku nekk disperse, and that's not how it does.
No, I think this part lay
bala nga yow leen rek moma jaxal ci affaire ci moy all these political parties, when there is council elections, when there is member of parliaments, they tahawal mostly. So when
I'm got 2016 more create that problem because 2016 Masinyo may fatigue
you want to be president like that? Eh?
No, Lola Jemo. I'm got 2016. They have all these small parties being a coalition be. They were all rewarded with ministerial positions. Some of their supporters were, rewarded, with diplomatic position.
Yeah.
So Lola henna man suma mas gi feel ne if I want to be a minister or suma buge am plus Gambia, mangi sona si struggle bi, mangi sona Europe ngi meti. Ma wara ñibi Gambia ma form suma small party. Suma ne si coalition bi support Barrow like Citizen Alliance. Dinga neka minister, and once you are a minister sa party bi dafa de because lolu mo neka di hew. So because amuñ party So they gave party grassroots la.
So
Why
these
you do
parties
am
are supposed
20 people or 100
It's
people
like
no have
you
ne.
sound like people form party to get positions and then that's it, eradicate.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Because I think young bole ona kena.
a lot of them, that is job making. A lot of them is a job
Bima
making.
bole koku bima he man lache ko mane ko lan moy sa objectif. So bima he mane ko yo legi. So deme nga taxaw nga lose ndax yow sa dinga allow sa party bi ñene la nga taxaw aside nga jox somebody else an opportunity. Am nga li ma tontu. Mu ne ma man dama invest si party bi. So suma demee dama war a recover. Maneko, really? Are you serious? So how you have people like that? You them sitting they want to become president. Yo yangi halani yangi invest. So obviously so a president or even so could president do buy a party be somebody else lead because yaku in dangi invest party be yango create.
So it's like a money
So
making
yeah,
it is.
Is it politics in the Gambia legi is the richest business.
Yes, that is true. And the quickest business.
Politics, yeah, is the richest, yeah. And get rich quick. So ko buge am Gambia. Moinga neka politician. Mota after be mandamanyo neka MP base. At least my am season how community allowance development funds travel allowance ma am si tuti, isn't it? That man is masampa etas de ambulanceri.
You should do that. You should do that.
I will be the first person, and then Bamba will follow me to come and
No. I'm not gonna get Bamba around me because I'm not senior. Didn't post State House.
I'll be the first to criticize you.
Yeah, but
on a serious note, on coalition. Your thoughts on coalition? What do you think?
No, I always hold on the view of a party led because I believe in party led, and I don't believe in independent leading because I don't have any control over the independent person. I don't even vote independent because I just believe that the independent, you don't have control. They can decide to be wherever they want to be. They can decide to change. You have no control. Party, you can hold the party responsible and punish the party for that. Two, also the fact that party led in the Gambian context, the money you cannot estimate the numbers that UDP have. You cannot. Whatever they say. You cannot underestimate that. You cannot just negotiation is okay. We should negotiate. Why we cannot negotiate in a position of arrogancy as well? We have to be honest. Let us be honest and come on the table now. We are all honest now. Look, then we know together. But Nila situation be tajo. Let's see how do we negotiate around that. But don't you regne numbers are not important. Don't you ne I'm not interested. Don't you ne results are you don't count them. That is wrong. You don't start from there. So
after election 2021 b. Gisuñ mama sorry.
Barrow is a good example for me. The situation we are in today is because of Barrow was independent too. People don't want to talk about that. Who big crisis we them? How come they didn't still stick there and fight it with Barrow? But Barrow was independent. No. He does what he can.
I think they didn't scatter. Barrow let go of them. Barrow have lent her.
So Suleiman, let me correct that because Barrow Suleiman scattered on. Coalition should have been intact and fight. Why did it happen?
Well, that's Hamga Mota Hamga and they is like sometimes then they blame Doi. Why Nyom Sunyuahe? No. Lamara generally why in so toge nga said luko. Lichi opa dole linde wa Hamga that date stand the test of time. Hamga rejecting ministerial positions because I feel even the coalition there was nothing that was protecting ministers from the presidential or the executive power for dismissal anytime or at will. And we have seen that happen. I'm going to say a coalition be ninyi yakam continue on. News set ko joko a very definitive structure boo xam ne would have been binding and duñ aga fiñ agate why xam nga dañ ko def because people were desperate and we can understand loolu why da nga gis ne comme like so seetloo 2021 after election bi Luta Dabo jogut as a UDP flag bearer mu dem si Mama Kandeh or mu dem si Essa Faal or dem si the late Ablai Jammeh. But we saw Mama Kandeh and Essa Faal sol sen dala dem si Ousainou Darboe toog di waxtaan ak moom loolu significantly dafa wone ne rek UDP is the strongest and the biggest opposition and ñoo gën a am doole than ñoom ñaar put together moo tax ñu sol sen dala dem si UDP toog si Darboe di wax ak moom so how can those two people léegi taxaw ne ñoom ñoo war a lead coalition it doesn't make sense yow suñ la doore yaa ngi daw ñëw laaxu si Jammeh affaire yi sedda yow nga bugg a ñëw Jammeh bàyyi yow nga toog foo ko wéer doesn't make sense nañu wax dëgg gi rek yàlla tax
Mustafa man I've said it and I said it before look situation bi nekk nii with or without a coalition Barrow shouldn't win this election as simple as that
no why he will Barrow dina ko win unfortunately because su fekkee ne ñoom
problem bi ñu am Suleiman is the mindset ñun message biñ dee send out is wrong because
no because no it's not the mindset xam nga message bi xam nga message bi
Gambian we have to change
Jammeh at 2016 ci la gën a gomoon ne dina win waaye bi coalition bi ñëwee they all spoke under xam nga one voice or spoke with one voice ñu taw under one flag Jammeh with all his state machinery, with all his wealth, with all his arrogance, nit ñi dañ ko faxas. So the same could happen to Barrow. Su ñëpp taxawee gannaawi UDP, su ebo mu order malayka yi from wherever li leen order, dina dem. But loolu su happenut, well, they not. UDP alone cannot win.
I'm going
so other parties, they cannot.
Believe in that. Man, I believe I would love to see coalition, but without a coalition, with this condition we are living, Barrow can be removed. And so biggest mistake.
But nakala ñoo remove Barrow under this current condition without a coalition.
Yes, it's possible. Suleiman, how many of these Gambians are living a better life? How many? You don't have electricity. You don't have water. Ñu ngi rey nit ñi buguloo mënuloo génna ñemeñu lo because ñun ñoo dee wax nit ñi ne su ko suñ amul mënuñ fee génnee Barrow ñun ñoo dee wax nit ñi ne incumbents bi moom rek a fi nekk nga mën a génnee nguur ñun loolu lañ jàngal nit yi and we put it in their mind and coded so suñ amul coalition some people wouldn't even bother to vote ñeneen dañ ne xaaral ma dem vote Barrow wala tax may waste suma time ñi kay juboowuñ xaaral ma dem sànnil Barrow. This is what we are.
Why su fekkoon ne loolu la li ñoo wax su fekkoon ne ñun li ñooy toog fii di wax moo tax gaay di votal Barrow then that means they're not listening because 90% of our time fii.
I think you getting me wrong.
No. I'm just saying generally. Ñun in the diaspora bi apart from ñoom henna NPP diaspora or whatever diaspora why the general Gambian diaspora bi ko xamne is conscious and is patriotic su waxee daf dee wone ne naka la Gambia nekkee ci métit naka la nguur gi di toroxale doomi Gambian yi naka la nguur gi di mismanage suñ fonds yi naka la nguur bi di encourage tribalism ak corruption di protect bigotry ñu ko wax every day su doon loolu la Barrow fi nekk ni Barrow would have been running around di beg nit ñi waaye léegi la Barrow gën a feel confident léegi la gën a feel arrogant than before
because
di taxaw di wax ne faalewut li nit ñi di wax
waaw because ñun ñoo dee dem ne incumbency bi kenn mënu koo génne without coalition ñun ñoo dee wax ne suñ amul coalition duñ win ñun ñoo dee wax ne UDP la woo o UMC la woo o
su fekkee onda su fekkoon ne
at the same time so ñu ngi jël conflicting message
su fekkoon ne Gambian bi currently at present is voting for policies and is voting for qualitative leadership. Barrow 2026 this December election, jaruño from Ben coalition. UDP would win straight away.
My point.
UDP would win straight away. Because UDP ñoo njëkka génne seen 9 points agenda. And they've been talking about this severally. UDP so send Larry Cisse, send Lamin Koma, send Dr. Lamin Mane. Ñooñu suñ génne suñu waxe yow Gambian bi nga nekk ni ko xam ne sa xel a ngi mut. Ñooñu suñu waxe soo leen dégloo rek da nga xam ne ñii li ñoo wax moo am. You listen to Barrow's program, send campaign ji, send platforms, send rallies yi. Lan nga dee dégga Barrow di wax or any one of them foofu di wax.
So langa buga wane ñu garu wala lañ def. What are you saying?
Ak saga.
No. Henna kabatri yo xamne 700 meters la ñu ek. Ñu ngi la wax stories biñ démé ci bameli su li niwi. Ñu ngi la wax stories yo xamne xam nga. You mënuta understand. And that is not what the Gambian wants to hear.
Why the
Gambian bi buga na xamne
Gambian be mode club raw, you know.
Yeah, which is true.
Well, mota mange one day ne hanga is like tolo going to that stage. Gambian be so nanguj. They're not yet ready for that serious leadership.
Message bi dal dañ ko wara change tamit. Man da I am strongly against the message bi ñoo joxe dal. Bu won nit ñi ne leen.
Waaye yow ñaata nit ñoo génna CD Njaay bi mu waxee di saga sosé di wax. Génna na apologize na why he has never denied ne mom saga. No, let's just say let's just give him that credit. Apologize. Why he has not denied. There is no moment bi mu wax ne mom li odious yoyu mom waxut anything. He didn't deny any of those things. Why you still have Gambians you have negated diko different, including the president?
Of course.
The one CD is a good guy, CD is a smart person, CD Rudley, CD Nas. So do you expect those people would vote for anybody other than CD Njai? Akbaro?
Yeah, but then Suleiman, we are going back to this whole thing, lima de wax moy ne this dependency thing nga xamne Gambian bi dem na be nga xamne dem na be fum nekk ni lu mo xool rek mooy lan lay lekka tey and duma xool tomorrow waaye ba léegi I'm back to my point again messaging bi has to change. Barrow has to go with or without coalition. Barrow has to go. Kenn du wax ne this condition buñ nekk ni
waaye naka la mu demee because just saying Barrow has to go is not gonna take him anywhere.
No, but then we have to take ownership of the messaging loolu lay wax because also saying ne to coalition amut Barrow do them put Barrow there as well because you
but we've seen that with Jammeh that has worked with Jammeh. We saw it. So do you muna dispel lolu as it's not gonna work?
No, I'm not saying
we have seen it work. Yeah.
With or without coalition, also we should be able to remove.
Of course, that is the ideal Gambian wish.
It's other men it has to be coalition for gain coffee. It's other men munulo gain incumbency. We should stop that because people power is there. Ñun dañoo jël the power from the people. Nit ñi dañoo tok di la wax ne ngo nafa tala nga ta fay katu.
Anyway, I think with all due respect, I don't think
when I disagree, I stand by my position with this incumbency message.
No. Of course, it's your right to stand by that point. Why lima wax moy tamit ne lolu is not gonna work in the Gambia at this current state. With or without coalition, Barrow must go. Do them fend. Dafa gëna tok rek.
Okay, have a look at this comment.
I believe that, but because we are sending mixed message to people who should vote for us, we are telling them that to coalition amut daradu hell. Then you don't need to vote because that's what we are dealing with people that their mindset is simplistic. I'm not saying people are not intelligent, but it's so simplistic. You said this, man, don't go dig a guy di kowa. Go na fale mo. Man la fi benna ikoy man yamulo mutu ngata Barrow fenge but ngata su kono fang ndita nyintili kando to ngata fay Barrow ba winnale nyil man kambeng like people are even blaming the opposition instead of blaming Barrow for what? Coalition talks takes time. Coalition talks drag. Coalition talks come with
No, why Baro si Bopam didn't win on the NPP ticket alone.
No, coalition.
Baro, wow, so Baro won on the coalition. So for us to dismiss coalition effecting that change in the Gambia is just
No, Suleiman, I think you are getting me wrong. I would love to see coalition, but without coalition also you can win. That is my position. And I stayed by
Lolo is a possibility. Lolo is a possibility.
As long as
why
mixed messages, we are not going anywhere with it.
Yeah, you were saying about there was a comment that was coming.
Yeah, I'll comment to that. Let me come to this comment. It's like with or without coalition, they is saying there can be a win, and then not to keep this in the mindset that without coalition, there can be no win. Right? There's a comment here saying Bajo Chelsea says he is number one of them, and he will never leave UDP and even double leave. He went to Gambia to register, but to be honest, this too much is just social media. I think you want to say this talks is all social media, but on the ground, people are talking about only UDP and NPP. I have interacted with so many youths who are change of mind on negative things that make them believe about Dabo. Many, just bear with me while I scroll this down. Many are saying we will vote for Dabo and see what he can do also. I tell you for free, Baro will lose this election with or without coalition. Moro Yafa, you guys are telling all the real facts. Thank you, Moro. Alaji Toure is saying, nay, incumbent always has an advantage using state resources. In politics, resources matter, particularly in the Gambia. Thank you all. It is important to make it interactive. Because people's comments and people's views, we want to have it on board here as well. This is very important, So
I think they is right. Let me just come up and clear this thing, make myself very clear. Hamga, in an ideal democracy, even though alone should have won with the messages that they've been selling from 1985 Belegi. Understand? So UDP, looking at the grassroots, in 2001, I was on the ground. I was with Jammeh, I was with Dabo. I ended up with Dabo UDP. Kuma wahone UDP do win that 2001 president election, I would have said you're crazy. Because Gizna, the crowd that was following both parties. Understand? I was at the voting station. I think if he Pakalindi for Mujona base. So why the Gizne results big people were surprised. And some UDP members were not happy. Dabo felicitated Jammeh without Hamga party being made. So that is their problem. I'm not going to dwell on that. Why Limala Moene this 2026 election a lot of changes is going to happen because people are frustrated, people are desperate. Majority of the Gambians, except those new hamnes and family members are in government and they are in power, you get enjoy. Why you hamne badola ling come suma maski you hamne without us in Europe, family we don't tell you later. So they understand what is happening. But again, Lolo Soko said lo nga compare between the provinces and the Greater Banjul area, including Combo. There's a huge difference in their political perspective. Because in the provinces, most of them Barrow's and Brodala. They're not even looking at what Barrow is doing. Why? Because they feel Barrow is part of them. So by region at proxy and mom la new voting. Understand? So new whatever you tell them at this material time, don't understand. Why? It's not all the provinces also. Let me be very clear. It's not all the provinces also. It's just certain communities. So Dabo, because Barrow Munko in power in a way is like Maki at Sonko. xam nga nit ki always yaa ngi ko tuumal yaa ngi ko bugg a teg place yaa ngi ko bugg a xañ nit ñi dañoo dem ba gis ne kii no kii li mu wax ci moom nekku fa. So therefore we need to try that person, like one of the commentators said, give Dabo a chance and see what he can also do. And man, I know I'm not campaigning for Dabo. Why Hamnane Dabo Sunko elected, Dabo is not gonna go for 2 terms.
Yeah, that's
at most. Yeah. So, but yeah. He said it here. The funny.
Yeah.
I can agree with you on that also. Even if once he can.
Myself, he told me that he's calling for only 1 term. That's why he said.
Yeah, even with a man, listen, because after Gisnako, I did why I remember when he came, I did ask him that question, and I strongly believe Dabo Sutoge is just gonna be for 1 term, and then that 1 term, he's going to work hard to make sure our institutions are stronger, introducing a new constitution, bohamne dafa am term limit. Bepare is like dina refurbish, recalibrate the civil service. And that is what we need to get started with a system change. Yeah. So Barrow is not going to give that to us. No. Because Barrow, if he were going to give us that, Barrow would have done that. Because man, I've campaigned for him for 2021. Saga nañ ma wan nañ ma lu nekk waaye man dama gëmoon at the time because comme linde wala si coalition bi it would be difficult to hold him accountable solely waaye su demee bi am win on his own ticket ak lim doon promise xam nga lim wax ne su toogee the changes he will bring about. I thought I should campaign for him to have a chance. Why dem na toog be wax momo waxal bopam linga you can say anything you want on politics. My time campaign, why after campaign be is something else. So Lulu rek dafa firndel ne he cannot be trusted because munalawa anything legi the next minute muna si campaign la won.
But that's how he's been doing. And then
because
the danger with Moine is going to lead us to.
So for me, preferably UDP would win on its own to demonstrate they are the biggest opposition. Lula Buga. I want that to happen.
Okay, I'm not solo. So what we done is getting into 2 hours plus 7 o'clock. So legally, of my final thoughts, on this particular general aspect, general overview and perspectives of when it comes to the Gambia, the security, the nation, the 2026 election. What have you got to tell us? Your final thoughts about everything in the Gambia. What stand out for you? Lo hamne dinga wane mane nañ leen def ni su ko defee Gambia take or Gambia 2026 Barrow remain or Barrow goes or whatever you want. So what will be your final thoughts on that aspect of talking to ordinary Gambian in Basse where you want to be an MP? I'm not sure about your MPC, but yeah.
Well, I'm sure Sky Power in the campaign lyric I will win, so I'm not worried about that. So Barrow, be careful. Henna dabo dina majel nekal ko MP Basse. Sumata hawe dina win on the UDP ticket. So why on a serious note, Mustafa, I'm gonna go there work my US suma security.
Yeah, you talk to the world. No.
But on a serious note, like I think 2020, this election year has taught us a lot about Barrow Nguram administrami. So problem yi am yep musuño gena ñu ne well as a government we admit we have erred on this aspect and this is how we plan to redress it. Ni lañ pare pour safaral ko ni lañ ko gatango. Why anything lu am rek dañ dé ut ko xamné mom lañu jébal fault bi blame brom exonerate sen bopa. So nit mutut ñun ñep xam nañ lolu. So ngurit du mut. So ngur bo xamné pare wuta taxaw pour accept mistake am. Nguur bo xamné mënuta taxaw wane lii nii lañ ko safare o bési sangam la moje nguur boobu doo ko mun a trust nit ko xam ne dafay ñëw ne la dimbale ma barke ma mbaamal la kooku waruloo ko support te gis nañ loolu yëpp si nguuri Barrow parce que da nga gis ne courant bi for instance mooy latest one bi nangu ñoo accept anywhere ne government bi has lii mooy problème bi lii waaye anything rek
UDP leader bi sax def dee pan dafa panoon yaa ngi fàttaliku
so xam nga loolu yëpp ba pare gis nañ ne nguuri baro bi buggu dëgga ñeme ñu dëgga te politique bi ñoo campagne mooy politique yi sewal nit te ñun bugguñ politique yi sewal nit dañ bugga politique boo xam ne daf ñuy woon naka la ñuy yokkoo naka la suñ wér gi yaram gi di yokkoo naka la suñ man-man ak am bi di yokkoo naka la suñ dundin gi di gën a yombe loolu lañ bugg a dégga politique boobu lañ bugg a gis te njiit boobu koo xam ne loolu la moo waxtaanal te loolu la moo jëfoo nguur boobu lañ bugg a gis waaye yàlla dafa dogal ne gisuñ ko ci nguuri baro dégguñ ko ci nguuri baro am na politiciens yoo xam ne US yu génn ay ndaw lañ ñu ngi wax waaye am na politiciens yoo xamee ne yàgg nañ fi ñu ne mag ak yàlla bokkuñ waaye yàgg nañ together te yàlla tamit dafa tiral mag te gis nañ politiciens yooyu te nit ki xam nga all the time suñ la ne nii joxal borom chance and opportunity nga seet baro jox nañ ko ñaari opportunity wonewu dara dañ gën a dellu gannaaw léegi nañ gëstuwaat seetaat ñi fi nekkoon démba di wax ñuy ut nguur ñu dénka leen ko seet suñ leen ko dénkee ñu gis ne ci juróomi at liñ séentu ak liñ yaakaar ci ñoom gisuñ ko te next juróomi at ñu ne yow it dénkoon nañ la de waaye unfortunately li nga digle woon dara nga ci deful bi yoon xen na dinañ ko dénka ci ndaw ñi seet ndax xen na ndaw yi tamit dinañ mun a def dara man suma gis-gis bu gàttal loolu la.
Thank you.
politicien bu ñëw nag jox la saaku maalo sa xaalis sa tax bi nga dee soo demee jëndi mburu o jëndi sondeel o jëndi kerosene xaalis boobu bi nga fee mooy tax bi dañ ko dee génne nguur bi boobu la dee sàcca ñëw jox jënd saaku maalo jox la ko so loolu sa alal la lekka ko waaye taxut ne nga votal nguur gi so duma campagnal Dabo de nekkuma UDP campagne manager waaye man suma karta dinaa ko jox so képp koo xam ne nag xëy na suma fan nga soppa nga ma na nga votal Dabo.
Jërëjëf.
Jërë ngeen jëf.
Okay, the message will reach to Mr. Dabo himself. I bet Larry Cisse is here. He is always following this program. Okay, your final thoughts.
I'm just saying that lafta men fola mole wala muko whether for coalition or kesotota for coalition or man soto baro manyana winna andung ntol gambe dingol nyanta karana ka mota ka karto fay moye ka karto busi mo bulu fanan ninga mo londi nga do ko diala ama samba no ngaje ko na dunia mantara betearing na baluo man betea na baluo man falling fem man falling na man ke tol damala baluoti nyanta o mari bondi la jele anu wato sitale pour baronga bondi je momo gambia dingo ni sitela bunkon ifa nyininka nyin sanji tango men baroba kono fo nte na baluo betea tale fo fenne falintantelo ye fan jube ye barola ministre sol jube ye boro fanan jube ye fam ta ya suman ifan suman barola ministre sol la ifan suman baro fangola ye fa nyininka fo nyin sifa man sakunda ilafta olela man sakunda mebe malamalala ibe funu kan ibe fungul funu kan ibe balamalala altol be funkularing albe bataring albe jaring fo nyin man sakunda nsulata olela so ndelafta fala mole nin kolu sono sotota alhamdulillah nin kolu sono man soto wo alhamdulillah wo be alta karte mo kanadi barola dizembalem nga chan sotole nin baro ya win bi nga men la moy Ousseynou Boja Yafo ye men kala atakita menna nimbaro ye wininke meduna wo korole kono nte maslahati je meduna wo korole kono andu ngam pare so gambe dingol kana sijang iba fala ko diaspora ali makoy diaspora ali diamu diaspora ali nyinke wote kela ala banko alba jubela alba sambala nyame because karto ya diatola ndolko ali baro bondi constitution kuto ena ndol fanasi dunno nga carte fay katu baro ba make sure la ko ndol te carte fay la foni ngata Gambia anu Gambia dingol be bu kata no Gambia kata fo bita carte ni ngola komi bayo nyol me yake mo be bu ka keno so ali nga deng nga bulo fay nyokan nga baro bondi December nga di mo dola isaje wo fana ya kata na ma no nga bondi nga do landi ni nga wodali tubabu do keta wole nya itol fana gwatu bi jenum ye dictate sol sotole ye mo kurungol sotole me yela mansa kunda samba bari ika faile ni ma keno ye bondi ye do nati ni ma keno ye bondi ye do nati labango mol men kasi ika folo ko ha ni man do ko ke do be bondi la andu te lafta sila le bak so isaje amari do ko ke bari ni aje barokan me ngomi deta ya fontoli mu nene man baro jay kuma fo gambe dingol la kuto gamba dingol nin kuketa Gambia nin gambe do mantara kontani baro nene bukana ka fo ko ali massa hani akana la nendi rolaje electricity nawek man soto baro sitale ako akama mol fale ama mol fale nanyin diamo be men kaka ma fale wo mate move ay wole fo yep inene president me fulambe men jolam balundila barobi time moment abe nun coalition yata asingol be funkularing abe manering ala dondi kol be noring nga be jele anata lol bi jele bi wo be sira be mana gas na be dunna be mala la ab funuta mol bulu jang mutol ba bone ko wosi nintol kay ko electricity du kari mako ya fix ako ama falen tol kamembo ala ministre sol ka finti ka mol neng because nendi rolem kudoti ni sita banku dingol ka fo ko banko mantartala ye wuli ya fuko iman to nyafo iman ke banku dim betoti wo mun nendi roleti ministre sol ka lole ka mol neng iman respect soto banku dingol to baro man respect soto banku dingol to nimman baro bodi dizeba Mustafa Mbafola ani Suleiman Sky Power Jang be duna korole ko nanyim banko ko honestly because the signs are there a baby jere a taman zero bele bije molbe ñoo fala mu rolbe ñoo fala molbe sutim fango be kala je molbe fa kay bukalo menke fa l'hôpital mantara tamala domorobe to mantara sokono mol man school fi sol jono lampol buka mala nyanta mala nyame jio me alonko wole gena kuma ya kol beti hani electricity ni jio man soto molbe seneyala nyadi sasa bele kana abele kadum wo bebe je ni bebe ke kan ni banko kono hani bin ka fo baro yelo ntol diaspora nak lafta ku fale Gambe dingol yal understand Europe man tara diarinde ale nyin kelol men beje ayentol bele affect nyin kelol men bebe ke kol wekere at some point diaspora sembo abe talalale at some point diaspora ta kol tano le ka menta ika kol menke ita kela ntol fo dingol ndol menke ndingol te wakila wol huluta jane kuluta jam so funga wo beju be nga banko dada janimbe futalaje so nte ka men fodoro wole muko ala barka bake la moyla comment la ala barka bake Suleiman Mustafa ala barka bake bari with or without collusion barosi gono incumbency al tolle sembo diala ni aje bi moto ba bulu ni aje bi abe fatala abe fartila al tolle adiala incumbency man sembo suta al torti nal preta ali ya bondi abanta banku dole yakele in Africa banku dole yakele Ghana yakele jam Ghana mangena intelligent tolti Ghana man fisi an tolti manta coalition ya bondi nga woje janne so amanke nene ma joti so nte lafta wodoro ne fola ala baraka ba
Yo, in Barabakende, this is where we draw the curtain for tonight's edition of Civic Education Program. On behalf of Suleiman Jeng and Jabate Mustafa Jame at behind the scene. Brun Lamarani give a lot of water in the Lambedana Jane, first bit Nala inshallah, Kabaran Skype or radio and TV services, Civic Education Program. Albadimala Mustafa Jame, first bit Nala.